Hello everyone, Milf here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Gimp and Blender tutorial on how to create YouTube backgrounds. And this is just the way I do it. It's kind of effective, but yeah, let's just get straight into it. I'm going to first add some text, and then I'm going to rotate it along the x-axis by 90. Oops, that's operation hide. And then I want to bring the camera where I am now, so I'm going to hit Control Alt Numpad 0, and I'm going to want to edit the text to, your name. I'm going to want to grab it along the X so I can fit it in, and I'm going to change the focal length to fit the whole thing in. Whole text in. So I'm going to drag this down a bit, and there we go. So now that's done, I'm going to change the font because that font looks horrible. So we're going to, under font, we're going to click on regular, file. This is for Windows, but I'm not sure how to do it for Macs. We're going to hit C drive, Windows, fonts. Then I'm going to go for the Batman Beyond, Batman Forever font, and I just hit F when I hit for F. I meant to hit S to scale this down. G. To grab it, we're gonna hold on, just so I can focus properly. Think I might want to scale it up along the Z, just slightly, like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We're gonna want to give it some depth. So we're going to extrude it. Giving it depth will make it more 3D, make it stand out, make it look just that bit better. I'm going to have to grab it and, along the Y. There we go. Nope, grab Y. This isn't working very well. Just moving it back slightly. And I'm going to want to bevel the edges, which means round them off so they're not straight and sudden. So I'm just going to click a bit. There we go, just something simple like that should look right. And what I'm going to do now is give it sort of an outline. So I'm going to duplicate, right click so it returns to its original position. I'm going to turn the bevel amount off, and I'm going to change the extrude to about 0.05. And if we grab it, it's relatively thin, but I want it a bit thinner than that for what I have in mind. So 0.25. Okay, that's good, but we can't actually see it at the moment, so go back to our camera view, center this, and then if we click on the offset amount, what you'll see it do is it will scale it out. And if we zoom in on this, see it's giving it sort of an outline, which is what we're after. So about that should do. And I'm going to grab it, hold it along the y-axis. So I'm going to hit GY, and Shift D, hold Control, and then just put it there. And then if I hit Shift R, it will repeat my last action, and just check that it hasn't created 2, because that's from my round 2 last time. I'm going to center these. Now I'm going to want to give this a material, so I'm going to go for beige, maybe slightly darker like that. I don't need any displacement. What I do want is to add the viewport color in, so I know that it's that material. And I'm going to select one of the outlines. I'm just going to leave it sort of silverish. Again, copy, paste, and I'm going to select the others, and then the one that's got the material, hit Control L. This will make a link, and you can do it on like animation data, so keyframes and stuff, or you can do it on materials. Great, so now all of these have material 2. So this is alright now, but what we want is the background to be black, so under colour we're gonna there we go. Don't know why it's glitching out like that. So that'll be black. So we need some sort of light now, so we're gonna add a mesh. See, we're in cycles, and we're just gonna give it a plane. I'm gonna rotate this, just so it's aiming at it. What does D do? Control Z that. Shift C. Is it Control Z? Control Shift Z. I went back once, so I need to do it again. I'm going to sort of center this, and then I'm going to scale it along the x-axis so it's just as big as the actual text is. And I'm going to go onto the Materials tab. I'm going to give it an emission amount so it can be a light source. And I'm just going to turn this up to about 3. Change that to 4 actually. Let's just see what we think about it. Yeah, I think that should be bright enough, but as you can see it's too dark towards the edges, and that could create problems in Gimp. So I'm going to hit Z twice to go from wireframe back to solid mode. Yeah, solid. And then I'm going to hit S2 to create a separate material. I'm going to change this to 2, it's just so it's a bit darker. And it's in the camera at the moment, so I'm going to hit G, Z, so it's going down. And make sure it's facing correctly. There. So again, we're going to go render mode. Wait for this to clear up. Right. I'm just going to add one more lamp in. Oops. Double tap Z again. Z. Z. Rotate. G. Rotate. G. Okay. Grab on the Z because it's inside the camera. I'm going to scale it along the X just slightly. Actually, I may have made this too dark. Cool. Now everything's out of the way of the camera, and text seems to be evenly lit, like so. So that's now done. So when you're ready, you can save it, because you might need to come back to this later on. So yeah, save it. Turn your samples up under sampling. Something like 1000 or so. Something nice, but I've got no GPU, which means it will be extremely slow if I try to render up to 1000. So I'm just going to leave it at 700. Turn it down, and I'll see you after the rendering. Okay, now that the render's done, we can see that it looks nice. It's alright. It's workable. So let's just save the image. You could press F3, find where you want to save it to. So you can see I've done this tutorial before. It's like my fourth time actually. Anyway, now I think we're done Blender. You could, make your catchphrase or do whatever. Like, I've got Blender tutorials downside. That's just an idea though. It's completely up to you. And I think for right now we're done. So I'm going to minimize this. Not close it, just minimize it. I'm going to open up Gimp. I think Gimp's actually on my, lower. Okay, I'll give you a link to the template that I'm using. That'll be down in the description, is what I should be saying. Okay, so here's the template. We just want to add a new layer, name this feed. Now what this feed is this bit here, like where all your videos and stuff will be. So we're going to create that, but mask that out using the rectangle select. I'm just going to drag from top to the bottom corner. You're going to want to hold Control, scroll in, keep your mouse centered where you want to scroll, and just drag this and fit it up nicely. Do that with top and bottom corner. Make sure you let go of Control when you go to move it, otherwise you might have to do it again. Now we want to fill this black so we can clearly see where our feed is. I'm going to right click, select none, and I'm going to delete this because this is a PNG which takes up a lot of memory, so when we try to save it, it might not be small enough file size to fit into YouTube, so we're going to just delete that. Now we can add a new layer, call it a background, BG for short. We want the feed on top, and we're going to give it a gradient. I like sort of the feel of a glow around the videos. It was done a lot back in the old days, but I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos for gaming, so a lot of the gaming channels had this sort of look, so I thought I'd base it around that. You've got to keep in mind our colour theme, and we went for sort of a beige colour, so we're going to do the same here. Just that will do. And we're going to want the middle, which is about here, middle of our feed, and we're going to want to drag it out to about 250. Don't have to be accurate, but about 250. Oop. Switch that around and do it again. There we go. I think it's more actually on this side, so you could move maybe on that line, I guess. Oh well, this is workable, and something to watch for is make sure this gradient doesn't go too far off, because if it gets cut off before it reaches the bottom, you'll be stuck with a horrible black line just shoved through there. So that's something to watch out for. But yeah, now that we have this, we can actually start adding detail to it. I get my stuff from Google. Scratch melt is always a good thing to start with, and as you can see, there's quite a few. There's some cool looking ones, but if you go over them, you can see the resolution size here. That wouldn't fill all of this, which is what we want. Oh, save this actually, save as, so you don't save over the template. If you have a file for your background, which I think is a good idea, do save over that. That was attempt. Anyway, so yeah, way to get around the whole size issue is just click large. Then, as you can see, most of these are nice and big, so just find one that you like the looks of. I'm just going to go for this one, but I've already downloaded it and I have it on my computer, so I'm not going to bother downloading it. But something else I might want is black and yellow stripes, sort of like the hazard symbol. Yeah, that will do perfectly. Oh. Maybe it won't. Maybe ninja? Nope. No, I can't be a ninja about it. Okay, well this one will do. No real difference. I can just drag it onto here actually. So, no I can't. Save image as. Yeah. So now we've got that, I can get rid of this one. So I'm working on the other screen. Let's stop doing that. Okay, so let's import the scratch Milf texture that we got earlier first. So let's drag this on, bump it up to the top, and as you can see it's a tad big, so I'm going to scale it down slightly. As you can see I can distort it, which I don't want to happen, so I'm going to hit this lock, cancel, and try and rescale. And then we're going to do the same with the other corner. And I'm going to change the mode to overlay once it's done scaling. There we go. Mode, overlay. As you can see, it's got some nice detail in it now. You can make it softer, like really soft. We can make it stand out nice. Go for about 70%. Yeah, so let's import that hazard thing that we got. Wow, this is big, so that's what she said. Let's drag this down. Let's find out what happens. Please don't crash on me. I'm not doing this tutorial for a 5th time. Sweet. And again, change the type to overlay. So that looks nice. Drag this on top so it looks like it's dirty floor or something. What we could do is if we hide this quick, we could maybe, yes, so make it into a grayscale image. That way it sort of blends in with our theme a bit, or colour scheme a bit better. And let's go to wherever we saved our name as, which mine's here. Oh, here's a good point. See how I dragged the feed even though my layer was on while selecting this layer? If you check this little box, take Ctrl Z to move that back to its original position, you won't drag anything else accidentally, which is always helpful. So yeah, now we've got that, but we've still got this horrible black border around our name. So if we use our brush tool, select, delete, select, delete, select, delete, and we're done. So change your select type to none now. Move it back over to here. Select the other stuff. And you can make it look like it's sitting on the side of your videos. Doing something like that. Yeah. You could also, what am I doing? I'm looking for enough texture. Didn't need to do that. Let me just try and find something cool, something different. Very good feel. There's a lot you could try it with, like this blood splat, for example. I'm gonna mess around with this quickly. I'm gonna scale it up. I have a sort of idea for this. I'm not sure if it'll work, so let's find out. Let's hit darken only because we only want dark to show through. Yeah, we want it under the scratch metal. Just kind of hoping some blood would reach this side. Apparently it hasn't. Well, it's not too big of a problem. Just hoping it would splatter with the name. No? Don't need to overlay it? No. It's definitely darken only. Can't keep shaking its ears. I could also turn this into a grayscale image. No, I couldn't. That looks more like dirt now. Never mind, no, I couldn't do that. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. We're gonna duplicate this layer by pressing this little button. I might rotate it around like So cat keeps making really weird noises. Drag to like here. Make it look like sitting on the side of videos. Like there. And you know, you could probably add like a lens flare or something. Just something to top it off with. Let's choose a fuzzy edged brush and slowly just sort of is that like too sudden? No, I think that's fine. You can just throw stuff over the top, experiment. Like you could probably throw another scratch metal or some smoke over the top. It's just up to your imagination for the rest. So, after all the basics, have fun. Let me know how you think this tutorial went. I feel it was alright, but I'm happy to get your feedback. I'm trying to learn and I need your help. Apart from that, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. One quick thing I forgot to mention is actually how to use the background that we've made. Sort of the way we've designed this is it's only used once throughout the page, so you'd want to change it to scrolling, so you can scroll down and it'll still be there. And you want the black colour to black, otherwise if it's white it will look like this, which is just weird. So you want to make sure it's black, and you don't want any repeats, especially on the horizontal, because then you get sort of it repeating. That looks just weird. And you also don't want it repeating vertically, because then it just appears with random lines like this, and that looks horrible as well. So no repeat, scrolling, and black. Thanks for watching. Bye.